Hi, it's Skip, and this video is a little different than what I've normally done in the past. Every year I go to this festival. It's called das Awkscht Fescht, and my Pennsylvania Dutch German accents aren't very good, but it's called the Awkscht Fescht, and it's held in Macungie, Pennsylvania. It's the first weekend of August, and I've been going to this event well over 30 years. The only time I know I missed was during COVID when they didn't have it. But it's a great festival, and what it consists of is there are antique and classic cars. There is live music from local bands that come in and out and switch off. There's an antique auto and just antique period flea market for anybody else, like if your wife or your girlfriend or even you yourself. I'm not into this, but arts and crafts. There's tents after tents of arts and crafts there. There's a lot of activities for kids. I know there's a small little petting zoo that they bring in just from the farm animals around the area, and it's just a really, really nice day. It's a great day, and this year was an absolutely beautiful day. I mean, big puffy white clouds in the sky, blue, and it wasn't real hot, but yet it was nice and warm. Anyway, it was a great day, really good. But I did something different this year. I normally go and I shoot video of the event. And I mean, if I had to say, there was probably about 1,500 cars there this year. I could be off on that number, maybe by a lot, but there were a lot of cars. It wasn't quite as big as it was other years. And I asked some of the guys that had their cars there, and they just said, like I suspected, that the younger generation just isn't interested. They don't want to do the classic cars or the antique cars, and that's a shame, because you know, if you're a car guy, I'm not a car guy, but I really like cars. And anyway, I'm rambling on here, but it's a really nice day. But what I did was I took photographs this year, and what you're about to see is a short, maybe 10-15 minute slideshow of the photos that I took. Now, I was a little bit selfish this year because I focused on the cars that I wanted. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I am in love with the Model A's, the Model T's, any car from like 1900 to about 1955, 56, that first half of the 20th century. And that's pretty much what I focused on this year. And because I have a Model A on my bench right now, I really focused on Model A's, and you'll see some close-ups of some engine detail, because I also use this show for ideas as to what I'd like to do, and you know, as far as the amount of detail that I can put in. So now I'm looking at actual cars, and so you'll see photos of stuff that maybe won't make sense to you, but it's because I was taking them for my use at the bench. So anyway, it was a great day, a wonderful, wonderful show. If you're ever in the Lehigh Valley section of Pennsylvania, in the Allentown area, on the first weekend of August, it's really worth a trip to das Awkscht Fescht. And it's plan on spending the entire day there. Because I get there 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm there usually until 5 or 6 in the evening, and I know they're open even later than that. So I think they close around 9 o'clock. Then neither here nor there. Anyway, take a look at the photos, enjoy. And by the way, the background music I put in was all AI generated, and I just told the AI app what I wanted, and it made the music for me. So the background you'll see here, that's the das Awkscht Fescht Facebook title page, so I hope they're not mad at me for using it, and I hope YouTube doesn't give me a strike for using it. But I figured I'd use that as my background here. It is a public event, so again, enjoy, and you know what? I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.
mirror's kiss. Wheels that hum with a timeless twist. Leather seats hold secrets untold. Whispers of journeys brave and bold. Roll back the clock, hear the engines scream. 1920 to 1940, chasing a dream. Fenders gleam, a polished parade. History rides, it never fades. Grills like teeth, a roaring grin. Stories wrapped in the metal skin. White wall tires spin the years. Ghosts of speed, laughter, and tears. Through the decades, through the dust, steel and spirit, iron and trust. Roll back the clock, hear the engine scream. 1920 to 1940, chasing a dream. Fenders gleam, a polished parade. History rides, it never fades. Through the decades, through the dust, steel and spirit, iron and trust. Horns that croon like a smoky bar. These machines, each a shining star. Dames in pearls and men in hats, racing the wind, imagine that. That croon like a smoky bar. These machines, each a shining star. Dames in pearls and men in hats, racing the wind, imagine that. Horns that croon like a smoky bar. These machines, each a shining star. Dames in pearls and men in hats, racing the wind, imagine that. Polished chrome like a mirror's kiss. Wheels that hum with a timeless twist. Leather seats hold secrets untold. Whispers of journeys brave and bold. Roll back the clock, hear the engine scream. 1920 to 1930, chasing a dream. Fenders gleam, a polished parade. History rides, it never fades. Grills like teeth, a roaring grin. Stories wrapped in the metal skin. White wall tires spin the years. Ghost of speed, laughter and tears. Through the decades, through the dust, steel and spirit, iron and trust. Roll back the clock, hear the engine scream. 1920 to 1940, chasing a dream. Fenders gleam, a polished parade. History rides, it never fades. Through the decades, through the dust, steel and spirit, iron and trust. Horns that croon like a smoky bar. These machines, each a shining star. Dames in pearls and men in hats.